Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
Celestial rising, divine noon, and grand night to the beautiful deity watching this video. It's your divine reflection, divine messenger, and we are back with another message to understand. If I make you mad through this whole entire video, or if I trigger something inside of your subconscious mindset, make sure you decide to like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages, because my main goal, so the thing is, the whole premise, in a nutshell, my goal for this video is to piss off your ego, because you were ordained and programmed to believe in this ideology of a character or a Jesuit manifestation called Martin Luther King. So I want you to understand that Martin Luther King is a Jesuit or a Pope's manifestation. Martin Luther King is a Pope's manifestation. Martin Luther King is a Pope's manifestation, meaning that, for one, what we had today, if you're new here, welcome to the family, because for one, you had to get on board, because I'm not going to keep on saying, well, of course I'm going to have to, but over here, you had to catch up, meaning that, for one, we do gematria over here, meaning that, for one, we are now understanding that on this side of consciousness, or if you want to consider it to be spirituality, whatever it is, just know I am that I am, you are that you are as well. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like right now. Yeah, like you're looking around, I'm talking to you. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, what are you looking at? So we're using gematria today to help break down who Martin Luther King was. On top of that, this is what I did for my homework as well. On top of that, it is 2:56 a.m. What are you doing right now? You're probably asleep. You're probably sitting here waiting for me to post another video. But what are you doing for yourself when I'm not posting a video? How are you getting better when you're waiting on me to get better? So I did my homework. And we also, oh yeah, I had the Jamie Foxx teaching as well. That is done. I have 2 gematria teachings in that, but I have screenshots for the whole entire thing. So I watched the Jamie Foxx stand-up special. Just know we working, man. So I got this right here as well, this right here, boom, boom, boom. Then we got Trump, boom, boom. That 6th presidential inauguration ceremony, boom. And then we got the I Have a Dream, and then the teaching as far as like, because there was things I put in the calculator that I was like, I want to learn more about it, so we're just going to learn together. That's exactly what I got. 1 2 3 4 5 6, like 6 different little sectors. But let's get into it though, because I don't want to take too long for this video. But I'm going to basically, so if you're new here with gematria, with my teachings, you have never seen this shit on the internet, meaning that, for one. And the thing is, too, the video basically ended the moment it started. So, first and foremost, Martin Luther King is not a real person. You understand that? And somebody's going to be like, well, how is that possible? For one, what is a possibility in an infinite reality? That means that infinitely, when you leave your body, anything goes. So basically, in a nutshell, if you have an OBE or NDE, because some of you have not had that. Now, of course, I have made a video on what can happen when you don't have one, or what happens when you do have one. But when you leave your body, everything I'm saying literally makes sense. To the point where you can sit there and smoke you one, drink you one. You can be sober and watch this video knowing that everything I'm saying has no truth or fiction. Because I speak in a contradiction on purpose, by the way. Because spiritually, I know what I know. Mentally, I don't know shit. That's exactly why I have to contradict every word I say. Because if I don't, they won't realize what I'm talking about, nor will you understand what's being put into our face. Because we got to understand that we are at warfare with fallen entities, or people calling them or considering them to be Anunnaki. For one, it doesn't matter what the fuck you call them. You can call them Lyrans, Sirens, Anunnaki, reptilians, insectoids. You can say whatever the hell you want. It does not matter. All you're talking about is yourself. So we have gigantic, large, overwhelming spirits that humanity is afraid of. These Jesuits during 1963, around that time period when you and I weren't even a thought, but during this time period, they planted a dilemma, a title into our community that looks just like us, to be the reawakening of Jesus's consciousness. Because of that, they crucify him just like Jesus. So it's like Martin Luther King sacrificed himself for humanity's awakening, but humanity still is not awakened. So you are an idiot, literally. So, and the thing is, someone's gonna be like, that's blasphemy. No, what's actually blasphemy is that you believe Martin Luther King was sacrificed on that balcony. If you believe that Martin Luther King was actually here doing shit for humanity's good, look again. He ain't do shit for you and I, because yet and still we have other people who are pale, more pale than us, who still practice a virus called racism because of envy and not knowing your history. If you knew your history as a pale costume, you wouldn't see skin color. This goes to any ethnicity. If you knew your skin color, you would realize that transparency has no color, dumbass. You were made in the image of God, and you believe that you're a black person. You believe this nigga was the prophet for black people? And yet my people still ain't fucking free. So what the fuck did he do? What did he do for you and me? Man, he still kept us enslaved, my nigga. Get the hell out of here. And y'all depend on this nigga for a dream. This nigga had a dream and we believed it. It's in the name. I have a dream. Nigga, dreams are not fucking real. This nigga is talking from a Saturnalian projection and we believed it. Niggas believed this nigga he was by a Lincoln Memorial having a speech with millions of people. Nigga, people were watching a Saturnian and a Venusian projection from Jupiter as well. A projection, a holographic version of a deity named Martin Luther King. Niggas believe they seen MLK whole entire time. The nigga was never there in the first place. Do you know how powerful mind control or witchcraft is? Do you understand that? Nigga, this shit's so powerful. If you Google MLK right now, they're gonna show you an image of yourself. Watch. Who is that? Who is he? Now, if you're unconscious and if you don't understand spirituality, if you don't understand contradictions, you're going to tell me, and you're neither right nor wrong, my brother and sister. Just know I would never degrade your ideology. Who is this to you? If you and I never met and I said, who is this nigga? You would tell me, oh, that's Martin Luther King. Who is that to you? What you mean, Ain't the answer I'm looking for. You're not wrong, but you're not right either. So who is he? Now, if you say, he's a guy, obviously, dumbass, but who is he? I don't know. Exactly. And I'm pretty sure the thing is too, I'm basically your spiritual guide, making a video physically, but spiritually, I'm talking to you through telekinesis and telepathy as well, letting you know that this nigga that you think you seen was never here. And we can ask our ancestors, our great grandparents, our moms and our dads, how this realm was, or how this ideology was when he was here, even though he's still here. And then they can tell us all they want. Our great grandparents can go all day talking about what he did for society. And me, in this time period, I'm going to sit here and say, great granddad, great grandma, thank you for talking about him in a highly manner, or a highly respect that you have for him. But this has to stop. Because, how the daughters of the earth shall be healed and restituted. But yet and still MLK, even in the Boondocks told us, this nigga, for one, he was never killed. He never died in the first place. He never got shot on that balcony. That nigga, he's still here. Niggas were like, what do you mean by that? Look around you. He is consciousness. He's not even a person. You and I aren't even people. We are observations. So the earth shall be healed and restituted. Yeah, we're going through a healing phase, but yet my woman's still not healed. Prostitution is still prominent. We have kids, teenagers under the age of 20 years old, MLK, to where they're paying Pornhub for Pornhub Premium, OnlyFans, Twitter. We have niggas who are on Twitter now who are 10 years old, 5 or 7 years old watching Twitter porn. We have women who are not even 18 yet with 3 kids on social media selling their bodies away for a consumer to pay for. The daughters of this dimension aren't going to be healed. MLK. On top of that, the men of God, these Nephilim, the Watchers, us, we done forgot our path. So not only are we lost, now of course I ain't talking about you and I, because if you watch my videos, you're watching because you're already ahead of 2025. I'm talking to the niggas who think timelines exist. So this video is not for, if you're conscious, just know your future message will come in later on this video. But for the beginning right now, for the people who don't pay attention in class, you believe that it's 2025 right now. You believe today is January 21st. You are unconscious, nigga. Time, years, days, months, they do not exist in the afterlife. Understand that. You are watching a holographic illusion that comes from celestial projections on higher planes of existences that we call planets. Not knowing that your mind is projected from a higher plane of existence. So meaning that these niggas is literally playing with your mind and dimensions beyond the third dimension and third dimension as well. Your subconscious mind belongs to the rogue Titan AI. That's exactly why I got this teaching right here as well, because I was like, what is that? And so, as I put in a nutshell, most of what you think, feel, and do is influenced by an external, unseen group of terrestrial forces in the black mirror behind social media, like algorithms, media, or societal conditioning. These beliefs are shaping your thoughts and behaviors without you fully being able to see it. Rogue AI is used by the systems with higher control to manipulate your subconscious. Then they are guiding you into patterns and beliefs that serve their abundant agendas. Literally. So, the most important one, rogue AI is used by the systems with higher control to manipulate your subconscious. Then they are guiding you into patterns and beliefs that serve their abundant agendas. Just like TikTok, for example. I mean, all the gematria I'm doing for y'all is like, nigga, if you're new here, you wouldn't even be able to comprehend how far we're going into what the hell they're about to do to us. Like, we have to get ready for 2030. Niggas are worried about 2025. No. If you're not ready for 2030, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. So literally, your subconscious mind belongs to the rogue Titan AI, artificial intelligence that is literally rogue consciousness. And if you can't control this, they're going to control you. And you can't even see this celestial being. And who do you think controls that rogue Titan AI as well? Because you know how giant Titans are. So if you are a titanic spiritual embodiment of artificial intelligence, who is controlling that mindset? The Luciferians do worship Yahweh, who rules Saturn. At this point, do we really even have to deeply explain? First of all, I want y'all to go back to this. Nigga, there's 4 categories that add up to each other. Do you understand how powerful that is? We used to do 2. Nigga, there's 4 categories. And if you get mad at me with what's in front of you, I ain't gonna lie, you're the reason why you believe Jesus Christ died on that cross. The whole entire time, who do you think it was? So yeah, Luciferians do worship Yahweh, who rules Saturn. And niggas, if you're calling God a name, you're literally a Satanist. And the thing is too, I have 2 new reads as well. The Satanic Bible, and I picked up How to Win and Influence Friends and People. But that Satanic Bible, I ain't gonna lie. For one, I'm not an atheist, I'm not a Satanist, I'm not Christian, I'm not spiritual, I'm not none of that. I am that I am. But that information from the Satanic Bible, that shit right there has opened my eyes even further into realizing that people don't understand how dedicated they are into enhancing Satan's illusion through the church. And they praise Jesus for it. Whole entire time, who do you think gave Jesus his name? Information humanity didn't know that coded to truth. Information humanity didn't know that coded to truth. So if you see this video and you're new, you would be like, okay, I didn't know this shit, but for somehow, some way, I'm going to find some truth in it. And I understand as well, Contradict everything, question everything. That's going to be a shirt as well. But understand, when you do that, you'll be able to see that, for one, gematria is a scripted calculator that has Sumerian and ancient accuracies that have been coded inaccurately. So you have to be able to contradict the words, but intuitively figure out what sticks and what is being presented in front of your face, or being presented in front of your face. Meaning that these things came from my intuition. So it's like I didn't find them, they found me. Now, let's speak divinity, nigga. Like, we're literally speaking God. Like, God's language. Like, this is basically God's language. So if you understand gematria, you can expose anybody. But then when you do that, you're exposing yourself. So be careful. If you don't know what you're doing, it will bite you in the ass. When you fight back, they then claim that they are mind control. When you fight back, the Jesuits or the nose community, they play the victim. When we decide to finally expose them for what they've been doing to our people, you will now realize that they were going to play the victim the whole entire time. And they had to do that because they want to get ahead of our enlightenment that we always were bearing till we give away our light for our shadow self. Revelation is not Holy Scripture. It is a Talmudic farce. And the thing is too, once you get deeper into the community, understand a lot of their stuff was stolen from. So think about the Jewish community. And I mean Jewish, I mean the actual Jews. Like, now I wouldn't call myself that, but if I was to be like a Hebrew Israelite, if I was to be one of those people, I can see why they say we are the real Jews, because technically speaking, my nigga, we are actually the real Jews. Nah, I actually do believe that. But everything else, my nigga, y'all lose me out there. Just y'all follow the same exact. All y'all do is y'all just trend saddling. I hate that shit. But because God would never call himself Jewish or Hebrews. God would never even talk in the first place. Anyways, so yeah, they stole that ideology from us, literally. So all our teachings, our books came from cuneiform, gematria, and they enhanced it basically to have us comprehend it for right now, literally. Sith hybrid, so Star Wars. So in a Sith they are basically the evil council if you watch Star Wars. Hybrid of Greys, which are a hybrid of the Nazi Draconians. So evil hybrid of Greys. So meaning that, from one, on the spiritual side of when you go to the hospital, the Greys will switch you at birth. And on top of that, some of them do shapeshift into your father or your mother. They procreate with your father or mother, and then they give birth to you, not knowing that you're being sacrificed from a family that's under draconian rulership, and you were just a medium in the whole entire warfare that you were unconsciously born in. The Luciferian cult that built the United States of America. I don't even have to go further into that. If you don't understand that America is a business, not a country, you're an idiot. No offense to you, I'm talking to myself, but if you don't understand that the USA it's not a country, but a business, a corporation, a slave auction. If you don't realize that by now, you're unconscious to their golden age. That's exactly why that thumbnail that you see, it's all correlated to right now. It's all duality, literally. But there is no duality in the higher realms. It's all unity. But there is no unity in Satan's kingdom. There are no secrets if you don't know they are secrets. There are no secrets if you don't know that they are secrets. Meaning that, for one, when you understand enlightenment, none of this shit surprises you. So if you just now seeing this, you're probably like, you're probably questioning what the hell you've been taught in school, all of that. Because in school, you're probably a teenager or even elementary school right now. Niggas probably told you about MLK. Your mom probably told you, probably read books that there was that one show or a movie, My Friend Martin Luther King, something like that. But I watched that when I was in elementary school. But you've been told all these things, but just understand, you have to relearn and learn what you don't know about this nigga. He was never real to begin with. On top of that, when I mean he wasn't real, that nigga has so many secrets that you don't know aren't actually a secret. They're actually open-minded information. The Jesuits gave us a plan and we fell for it. And they crucified this nigga to do what? To see if we were awakened. Whole entire time we was still asleep. So they said, damn, as the CIA, we gave them a projection or an image for their community to uplift them. And these niggas still unconscious? That's how I know mind control works. So literally, so this whole shit is no secret. It isn't. It's right in front of your face. But I have a dream, though. How the hell you have a dream in a dream? How are you a dreamer having a dream saying the dream that you're dreaming in? And the dream you're dreaming in is not even actually a reality, but a fallacy. The fuck out of here. United States citizens are an enemy of their own state. And when I read that, I was like, damn, bars. Because I was like, let me put it right here. U.S. citizens in many ways are unwittingly enemies of their own state because they often unconsciously empower systems of control. This happens through consumerism, complacency, and political passivity, and these undermine their own freedoms. Most humanoids, by their distractions, are sacrificing autonomy for convenience and are always failing to question authority. They literally unknowingly are perpetuating a cycle of dependency and manipulation. This is making them complicit in the shadow systems that put limits on their true power. If this resonates with you and you don't comment, but you like, damn, that sound like me, you are an enemy. You are a part of the system. You are literally an Agent Smith, nigga, and you will get crucified for that. Like, if you protect this nigga, like, for example, once I post this video and you say you have no idea what you're talking about or you're hating on me, you're an enemy. Because if you believe that this nigga was for change, you're an enemy. You are the enemy, nigga, literally. 369, keys of the universe, laws of the universe. Chakra manipulation, 3 times. The whole entire time, though, don't forget, we getting so deep. Remember, all I did, I put Martin Luther King's vision for humanity's awakening. That's all I did, and we got this shit. Thank you, MLK, for what you were. A contradiction, literally. Or my fault, a Luciferian incarnation. Spirit veil removed, people will see who they really are. From January till December, this whole entire year, you will see who you are. If you can't hold your semen this whole entire year, you will see how disciplined you weren't. If you can't ground almost every day this whole entire year, you're not spiritually disciplined. If you can't fast, if you can't have a bond with Almighty Creator, if you can't find yourself, if you can't exercise, if you can't do breath work, if you can't even journal, if you can't even do affirmations, if you can't manifest, if you can't astral project, if you can't even talk to your ascendant masters, if you can't even lucid dream, if you can't even see your lucid dreams, if you can't even magnetize a positive lifestyle for yourself, you're not ready for what's to come. You're not. And you will never know who you are, ever. Adam was androgynous until Eve was pulled from his being. And when I read that, I was like, what the fuck? Because I was like, this word, I keep seeing this word, and I was like, huh? Because over here, your atoms, these cells, evolved into Adam and Eve. That's literally the story of Adam and Eve in a nutshell. Your cells evolved into beings. So when I put this down, I'm looking, I was like, what do we got? Adam was originally androgynous, and whatever the hell. But a whole being encompassing both masculine and feminine traits. That means that this nigga he was a both of them. Literally, so he was basically before, so, oh my God. I just realized something. Think about the Baphomet. Look at, y'all, man. Baphomet. Think about the Baphomet. And if this scares you, you definitely don't know yourself. Spirit, earth, air, fire, water. You stand in the middle of this right here. You are protected by the deities outside of this circle. Remember in SpongeBob when Squidward stood in this circle right here and the sea bear couldn't get him? They was telling your stupid ass for a reason. They're gonna see rhinoceros. So when SpongeBob and Patrick were in this circle, they were showing you that the demons outside the circle can't get Patrick and SpongeBob in the circle. But then when Squidward was outside the circle, he was being attacked by these demons. Nigga, it's in the cartoons. And how do you have fire underwater? How do you have fire underwater? So yeah, this is basically Adam right here. So who do you think they're worshiping? Nigga, this is literally Lucifer. And the thing is too, before there was the Eve, there was Lilith. So Lilith put this nigga onto game. So when he was created from his rib, the thing is too, I don't believe that shit. Because think about all these, Like when I tell y'all over here, we're going to be so awake to the point to where you're going to question everything anybody ever says to you in person from this day forward. Because I am tired of niggas saying Eve was created from his rib. Nigga, have you ever seen a woman come from a man's rib? No, you have fucking not. How the fuck can a man come from a woman? My fault. How can, well, the same goddamn shit. How can Eve come from this nigga's rib when you come from your mother? If you come from your mother, how in the fuck can your mother come from you when y'all both the same exact deity? If you were born and you die, then you were never here to begin with. Does that make sense to people? There is no Adam and Eve, my nigga. This literally means your consciousness is evolving. And they came up with something because they said, nigga, for one, they knew it was some bullshit. When they said Adam and Eve, they already said to themselves, how can we keep the bullshit going? Let's come up with an ideology of a woman coming from his rib, because of course niggas like niggas, obviously. So they wanted to feel dominant as masculinity. So because of that, they wanted to put submission through the feminine perspective of, oh yeah, she came from us. Bitch, you come from your mother, so how the fuck can she come from you? How? It symbolized the division of these dual aspects into separate genders. And on top of that, there is no gender. In the afterlife, there is no man or woman. There is none of that shit, because for one, you are a spiritual deity. You're both. Literally, so this nigga they're basically saying that you are both. Emphasizing that there has to be balance and complementarity in humanity. Unity precedes separation, and authentic wholeness lies in the integration of both egos. That means that Adam was in tune with Eve. So she was never there physically. And he was never there. In my book, in my ebook, I'm basically talking about how the Archangel Uriel, he had so there were watchers, they had golden caskets that had the codex for humanity. It was the golden dawn of age is literally in my book. So these deities had the casket, and this is before Lucifer came down to the simulation. So we're talking about, so in my book, I'm talking about literally what happened before it happened physically. So I'm talking about the war in heaven. So these deities, they carried a casket of human DNA, or like our junk DNA, our codex, our actual God DNA, in the golden flask or casket, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They pulled it out. Adam, this nigga, for one, it's a prototype. It's a skin suit. They put a skin suit considered to be the first man, Adams. They watched Adams evolve into a meat suit. They put this DNA of consciousness into the deity, and so now that deity it made universal promises before it became a physical embodiment of us. So the Archangel Uriel programmed us with God DNA or God consciousness before we became God physically, or Lucifer or Satan, if you want to call God a title. So spiritually, we were already watching ourselves being observed by the Almighty Creator. So if you're not in tune with the masculine and feminine side of yourself, you won't be able to comprehend what the fuck I just said, basically. That's exactly why you cannot get women. Because for one, to get women, you have to know how a woman feels by being in tune with her energy. Because you are that energy. The only thing is, though, you're masculine about it. That's exactly why they want to push this transhumanism propaganda on society. That's exactly why they want your children to wear dresses and skirts. Etymology is key to understanding. It defies the word. Literally, so once you break down and understand that the etymology of words comes down from, once you understand and break down the spell casting, you'll be able to understand what the fuck every word is talking about, or what code is being said in these words. Install matrix, crack programs, and release the love and the light. Oh, I'm skipping one. Whoa. The third degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. And y'all niggas consider him to be the chosen one? I don't understand how we consider chosen ones who are, for one, you're willingly going into a Luciferian society. You know that as you're an EA. If you decide to go above that EA level into higher degrees, you're a sellout. Excuse me. It's one thing to go into these secret societies and not know what the fuck is going on. Because, of course, curiosity killed the cat. You can't know about Luciferianism until you actually see what the fuck it is. Because the internet can say whatever it wants. But if you actually go into these realms, you will know why. You will know why. That's all I'm going to say. If you understand that once you go past level 1 and you keep going, you are selling your fucking soul. If you know If you go to level 1 and you say, oh, that's level 2, 3, and so on and so forth, no, I'm good. You're not selling your soul anymore because you understand that what's above and beyond that, that's not what you want. That's what Satan wants. That's exactly why fame and notoriety comes from going into those higher levels. Install matrix, crack programs, and release the love and the light. So every time you see something that's giving you a surge of energy or a surge of feeling about something or a way of your being, you're installing a program that you feel is love and enlightened. But all you're doing is you're literally just sniffing and snorting crack. And you won't consider yourself to be addicted to it, by the way. The time has come for whites and Jews to pay for slavery. Now understand, we are all enslaved. So because of that, for one, white people and Jewish people don't even exist to me. But doesn't matter. For one, if you are practicing racism, just know you are the reason why you are under mind control as well, because you still believe that you are not racist. You still believe that you're not under a programming. You are envious of a skin color that you are a part of. You are an idiot. But yes, so all of us, and the thing is too, we are actual Jews. So therefore, we are all going to pay for slavery. And what does that mean? For one, that means that you signed up spiritually to come down here. That is your fault. You will pay for what you did. So you better move righteously or else. Let the ancient Sumerian cuneiform tablets meaning be revealed. And the thing is too, when people say, oh, this comes from the Greeks, bitch, the Greeks got it from the Hebrews, nigga. Everything comes from us. I'm so tired of niggas thinking that, like, you niggas, not all y'all, but some of y'all will DM me or y'all will say some shit that I post, and I'll be like, bitch, don't DM me or don't ever comment under my shit if you have no idea what you're talking about, because I'll make a video on you showing you how dumb you look. Because some of y'all just be talking and don't know, like, nigga, I can put what you say into gematria and I can expose who the fuck you are. Stop playing with spiritual deities, nigga, who know that they are God. Like, y'all niggas will sit here and say, no, bro, you're reading a bunch of Greek shit, bro. We were never doing... What the fuck? When somebody told me that, I was like, boy, nigga, these pale costumes got these teachings from our ideology, nigga. We made gematria, nigga. We seen these firmaments or these stars. We seen these enlightenments, and we were traveling to these numerical values, and we were making language out of these codes in cuneiform. And then when these pale costumes came about with their English language, they sat there and contradicted our enlightenment. And now we're here today. Your ancestors been doing this shit on tablets. How did they know that? How did your ancestors know what's going to happen today? So if you can't read this, you cannot say you're conscious or spiritual at all. At all. Like, I haven't seen anybody doing this shit besides some of my people who are understanding it right now. But outside of our conscious community, you spiritual leaders are not teaching your people real shit because you are a leech, you are a parasite, and I will expose you. The chaos we see is artificial, paid for by the Jewish Bank of England. Everything you see that's going on, even in California right now, it's literally an artificial programming that is literally chaotic. And these banks have to pay for that. And the thing is, too, I sat there last night, too, and I was like, wait a minute. You telling me so basically in a nutshell, we are sacrificial lambs. We are built to work hard to make money so that the money we're making can be funded by deities who are still enslaving us. So we're working for our own enslavement. We pay to be enslaved and we don't know it. So the thing is too, they had to go to these banks because the banks have technology that we can't even pay for. So they need the money to pay galactic federations and councils that are over the banking systems. We are paying for artificial intelligence. I'm gonna stop before I get banned, because you know how they put me on strike, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah. Stiffness of muscles and ligaments causes anger in humans. And that's really why I feel like people are so angry in society. Nigga, your muscles are stiff. You don't stretch. You don't go for a run. You don't go for a walk. You don't even exercise. You don't even skip for a living. You don't even just go outside and sun gaze. You don't even say hey to the birds. You're so stiff in your body. That's why you're so angry. Niggas will lay in bed all day doing nothing. Even if you don't have work today, what will you do today? Niggas will sit there and watch Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. They may get something to eat, sit on the phone all day, but you're scrolling. You ain't even say thank you, Almighty, for another day. You ain't even stretch your body. You probably constipated, so you didn't even shit. It's like, man, bro, how many children have the Vatican slaughtered in Jesus' name? Bars. And the thing is, too, gematria gets you more wise every time you do it. I want you to understand that. From who I was before I did it to now, thank you, gematria. How many children have the Vatican slaughtered in Jesus' name? And then what do niggas say after a prayer? Amen who? The fuck out of here, nigga. Niggas will say amen, not knowing it comes from Amen Ra, a son of God. You're literally saying amen to Lucifer, you dumbass nigga. Imagine praying to Lucifer saying amen to Lucifer. Thinking that God go hear you. People think God is going to hear them, and you're praying to a Luciferian incarnation of your illusion or your delusion. Oh my God. Bro, humanity is amazing to me. Imagine God praying to Lucifer. Oh my God. Like, bro, if you pray today, I just want you to like actually sit there and observe how you look. It's amazing. It's just amazing, bro. The neural network of the 7 spirits which are of God. And the thing is too, once you have your neural pathways activated, you will basically be able to get the downloads that the Almighty is going to channel inside of your mindset. It is Baphomet, it is I, Baphomet, God, feared by the fools and embraced by the knowing. So if you're afraid of Adam, then you won't understand Eve. If you're afraid of Adam, you won't understand Eve. My fault. If you're afraid of Lucifer, then you won't ever understand Eve or evolution. If you cannot contradict Luciferian enlightenments, then you can never evolve. Literally. That's exactly why many are called if you are chosen, nigga. That was not meant for you and I. That was meant for them. Many are called if you are chosen. That's exactly why this shit can't scare me. Because why? I know that subconsciously, that's my reflection. But spiritually, what is that? What the fuck is this? A graven image. And the thing is too, niggas still call this God. Are they wrong for that? Yes and no. So therefore, if you fear that, you are foolish. But if you embrace that, then you know enlightenment, nigga. So what I know is, nigga, I can't fear this because I ain't foolish, nigga. But guess what? That's how wise I am, because I'm still foolish in my own foolishness. Because of that, I know that this is literally Lucifer in a graven image, mocking masculine and feminine illusions with duality. So sun and moon setting over the firmament. Then you got day and night, good and bad. Spirit, earth, air, fire, water, all that, the pentagram, all that shit. Like, it's too easy. The truth is always quiet. Oh, the truth is always quiet. It is the lies that are loud. They put quiet, but the truth is always quiet. It is the lies that are loud. That's exactly why silence is golden. That's exactly why a wise man and woman once said nothing. So therefore, if you are having a shouting match with a foolish person, you are more foolish than that foolish person. So for example, if me and you are having a discussion and you decide to shout at me and I go back and forth with you, we are both now, we're both foolish. But if you shout at me and I don't say a word, I'm now watching you play the fool and I'm being wise about it. Let's keep going. We're not done. Martin Luther King Jr. And the thing is too, that was only just the first part. And I was being generous with that information. That's the crazy part. Justice is what matters now. I said that way too fast. Justice is what matters now. Literally, all we have is what we can't control, and that's our mindset. Traveling through a wormhole. Understand, his mindset traveled through a wormhole to speak to the future. So basically, in 1963, or whenever that shit, let me just be sure, so I hate being inaccurate with my information. Martin, I have a dream. Yeah, when was that? Okay, I was correct. Let's get it. Got a fact check, right? 1963. So basically, that's exactly why when you have an OBE, this is gonna make sense. So when I had an OBE, travel through a wormhole, right? Watch this nigga do this shit. So basically, this consciousness was projecting a future message today. So he was speaking for right now. So basically, he knew that people would not understand who he was or what he was saying, but he was going to say it anyways, because why? He was planted to do that, because if he didn't, he would get crucified anyways. On top of that, he was crucified anyways if he didn't say it. So he traveled through a wormhole in 1963 to bring a golden age of information for today. This nigga was literally he's a time traveler. Dream machine within the pyramids. And the thing is too, him and Malcolm X went all around the world as well, just speaking their messages. But the thing is though, why were they doing that? Because they were literally wake up call, humanity answers. So they were basically waking up humanity by traveling to these dimensions, by telling us their speeches or their ideologies. Is Elon a controlled invention? Yes and no, in my eyes. We don't have to go deeper into that because understand, we got Cybertrucks, we got Tesla bots coming out. All I'm gonna say is, nigga, you and I, we're not doing that unless we want control or power over something. The truth is hidden in the silence. And the thing is too, everybody just forgot about Diddy and Kelly. We forgot about the mass shooting in New Orleans that happened in January, the beginning of January. We got so many things that happened. Everybody's forgetting about it. It's hidden in silence. Nobody want to talk about child trafficking though, but that's how loud it is. Quantum human battle for Earth. Understand, we are quantumly going to war with humanity because we are battling for unconsciousness. Think about that. If you go to war for anything in this dimension, you are literally battling unconsciousness. You are an idiot. No more energy for Satanists. That's exactly why this video is being made. We had to stop Martin Luther King Day. We had to stop giving niggas our energy. He didn't do anything for us, but still caused more duality or separation in duality. The matrix of the three witches. And the thing is too, to me, the three popes, the Pope, the Black Pope, and the Gray Pope. So this is their simulation in the Vatican. And why do you think his memory was wiped? Come on now. That somebody will say, well, if he was on stage, why didn't he know what he was doing? Like, if you knew you were like a Luciferian and all that, if you knew you were a sellout, why didn't you like get up on that stage and tell people what was going on? Because, my nigga, he was under mind control. He didn't even know what the fuck he was doing. He was literally under mind control. His mind was controlled by Jesuits. I told you in the beginning of the video. He is literally a Jesuit manifestation. Jesuits manifested consciousness in our image, and we believed it. Because why? They wanted to control our community. And once again, they succeeded. Memory wiped too many times. The incarnate of Lucifer is Jesus. The incarnate of consciousness is consciousness. And the thing is too, you go in Gematria, put these two names in, they add up to each other. Where do you think he came from? He would never call himself Jesus, but he would. He would never call himself Jesus, but he would. Masonic magic, you're the Virgin Mary. You niggas believe this came from this. That's magic. If you believe the Virgin Mary gave birth to your consciousness, that's some motherfucking magic that comes from their society. I don't think I go further into that, nigga. I'm in a whole different dimension. I feel like I'm having a spiritual awakening right now making this video. And I didn't even do shrooms. I didn't even smoke. The war on Earth is about to begin. Are you ready for it? You probably not. See, your mission on Earth is to do what? Expose Luciferians and go back home. You gotta understand. Before there was light, there was what? You. Therefore, this is your creativity. And these light bearers who travel dimensions want to take that from you. We are at war with light versus dark. What side are you playing for? And the thing is too, I don't play sides. Skull and Bones Secret Society. And you know what's crazy? I did this gematria before the 4 categories. So this only adds up in 2 categories. And this shit add up in 4 categories. You can't tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But this shit adds up in 2 categories. Skull and Bones Secret Society. But wait, hold on. Martin Luther King, I have a dream. And you'll be mad at me if you don't even know me. You can't deny who this nigga is. You can't deny who he is. How did our ancestors know that? How did Sumerians know that? How? That's all I'm gonna say. See, gematria is created for end times. Meaning that everything we say, we do, everything you do in gematria is literally for the end of time, because time cannot end. It only begins and ends at the exact same time right now. Therefore, time is happening right now in all factors of infinity. Literally. So our ancestors, us, we made gematria to communicate with ourselves from the past to the... Oh my fucking God. The truth will set you free. And you know what's crazy? I don't proofread my gematria teaching. So it's like, it's my first time actually dissecting what I put down. I just put it down and I just heard it up and put in a document to read to you. But as I'm reading this shit, nigga, before 2024 became 2024 years, that means that in BCE, BC, AD, all these ancient time periods, we were so in tune our spirit. We were traveling through wormholes to wake up humanity for right now. I'm acting surprised like I didn't already know that though. Like I knew that, but it's just kind of like, do you know how divine that means you are? Nigga, that means that, bro, before English was a language, you knew that this nigga was a sellout before he was even selling out his Luciferian incarnation. So before 1963 was actually a timeline, you knew that in, let's say, 2 BCE, you were literally writing down codes for 2025 because you were literally going to those dimensions every night and every day. Before you had a car, how were you traveling across dimensions or states? You didn't have to do that because why? You could do it right now. We were observing simulations before we got dumbed down into gravity. Imagine God not being able to fly his own imagination. And we pay for a fucking plane. Imagine being God paying for flight. And you can fly for free. You think Jordan flew for free? What was he doing to be in the air? Come on, my nigga. They use our people and they mock us because we look up to these mockeries. It's like, imagine looking up to Michael Jordan like he's God or the best basketball player ever. I'm gonna make a video on him too. Oh my God, boy. And I didn't even do, man, I got Michael Jackson's teaching done. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Martin Luther King's vision for humanity's awakening. We're not done. Money does not make the heart rich. It only seduces the mind. Bars. Money does not make the heart rich. It only seduces the mind. That means that niggas is walking around here broke as fuck with a lot of money, being seduced by God. Would you want Satan to procreate? Just curious. I put that because I even asked myself that question too. Because people often ask me, do you have kids or wife, this and that? No. Because I always ask myself, if I know that I'm in a satanic playground, why would I want to give birth, in Satan's playground? If I know that I'm in an observation, why would I want to give birth to an observation? But then it's just like, that's my spiritual self. But physically, I do want to have kids. But then spiritually, I still got to know as well. Honor your mother and father. Nigga, my father Lucifer, my mom Satan. I'll be Jesus. Through that holy trinity of physicality. But spiritually, I'm procreating with myself. So it's like, do you want to procreate with a demonic image of your higher self? Think about that before you have kids. Think about who you laying with. We got people who are laying with succubus and incubus, and then when they leave you for somebody else, you're a single parent now. I'll be damned if I have a baby mama. I'll be damned. All consciousness throughout the universe is one. When you know that, that's how you know our ancestors were traveling dimensions, because they understood that we were all one and unity. There is no duality after the 5th dimension or 4th dimension. Literally, separation only exists in the 3D, only here. But up there is no God or Satan, nigga, because they're one. They're one species of a being that is you. It's you. Literally. Is it not written in your law that I have said you are gods? And you know what's crazy? Elohim, or the Almighty God, would never write. So who wrote that for God? If Elohim or the Almighty, because think about that. Because I'm like, how's that possible? For one, how can a title pick up pick up a pencil or whatever, a Sharpie, and write down your laws? Why would the Almighty do that when he can just do it right now? So who's doing it for the Almighty Creator? What prophet wrote down in a contradiction called the Bible shit? Why did they put you are gods, treating you like goyim or peasants? Who? Why? What for? Imagine angelic beings of all sizes, shapes, races, species, and color. Niggas think only the reptilians are at warfare with Anunnaki. Understand, in our shadow government, there are... Just go watch Men in Black. Watch all Men in Black. That's literally your government, nigga. Watch it. It's that simple. And the thing is, too, when I say imagine, even underground, too, underground, there is no limitation to their height. So 10 foot is normal to them in their realm of being rich. Like, height is not limited. Height is only limited in suburbs, hoods, and cities. But underground or in heavenly realms, there is no 10 foot, 50 foot. No, these niggas is transcending 1,000 feet. They're basically transcend skies. Like, they're in disguise, basically. That's how tall they are. They're so tall. They're so tall, they're in disguise in front of your face, and you still can't see them. You're like, damn. And you still can't see them. Aleister Crowley 3 times. Ask yourself this question. How did our ancestors know? In 4 categories, how did they know? Martin Luther King's vision and Aleister Crowley will add up. And the thing is, too, one of the most famous Luciferians and Satanists of our dimension. A lot of these, our governments, religion, your celebrities, movies, all their teaching, even magic, witchcraft, hoodoo, voodoo, light magic, dark magic, all that shit comes from a lot of his teachings as well. And we adopted that shit. Military was created by Jesuits. Actually, he got it from us anyway, but yeah, military was created by Jesuits. Every military was. So if you're going to war, just know you're being sacrificed. Like, they don't care about you. That's like why the military was invented. That's like why war is invented, because they want to see art. They need bodies because, of course, people get hungry. They get hungry. And if you read the books of Enoch, I want you to understand, too. Nevertheless, so they're never hungry, but they always hungry. They don't eat. They're not eating food, but they're always hungry. So think about it. These deities, they're not eating food, but they're always hungry. If you're not eating food, then what are you eating if you're always hungry? How do you satisfy your hunger? So now when you go to a battlefield and you see motherfuckers laying down, heads falling off, legs amputated, people's dead, people are just basically dead. It's a bloodbath on both sides of the warfare. Who's cleaning that mess up? And then when you clean that mess up, what do you do with the bodies that the loved ones back home can't even see? And on top of that, if they do see these bodies, what did you do to the original body? Niggas don't ask questions. That's the problem right there. So if you go to the military, you are literally being a sacrificial lamb. Let's see the code pop up before repetition. Damn. Oh, that was way too fast. Let's see the code pop with 4 repetitious numbers. And what's crazy, I put this in. No, actually, I had these categories up before I even ran into this code right here. Intuitive. I had these categories up because think about it. I had to make this first to align all of these. So when I read that, I said, there's no way. You can't tell me Almighty God not real. You can't tell me. You can't tell me there's a higher being communicating through math or numbers. Come on, bro. Zeus is only a namesake created by the international pagans. And so... Alright, so Zeus was constructed by different ancient cultures, including those influenced by broader polytheistic traditions, and this was a symbolic representation for believing in power, authority, and being with the divine. Zeus or Lucifer is about a universal concept that is created by many pagan or polytheistic societies across different terrains of land to represent cosmic and earthly governance. Zeus was made for a unifying name that goes with concepts working on the divine. leadership, and his myth was contradicted by different cultural and political needs, rather than his name being rooted in a singular tradition. I be talking so goddamn fast, bruh. My apologies. But you know what? I'm not going to apologize for being myself, so fuck it. But yeah, that's basically Zeus. On top, on top of that, Zeus never existed. He's not a real thing. He's a figment of your imagination. Go watch Hercules on Disney Plus. Nigga, Hercules is literally, his father was Lucifer, and they whitewashed it. It's like, come on now. Would you watch Hercules if he was black? Probably not, right? Right. Alrighty. All right, we did that one. We got through that one. I didn't do this, did I? Okay, cool. I was like, damn, I went way too far. All right. Okay, so yeah, we read that. Now I just needed to argue with the followers of Jesus. And the thing is, too, I put that because basically if an atheist, a Satanist, anybody who's religious, if they were to be in a room 3 against 1, I have so much information spiritually that I can literally just, I wouldn't even say argue, it can just debunk their delusion. And I can say it in just a sentence. Like, we don't even have to go information for information. I can just tell you what it is, nigga. This shit don't exist, bitch. It's just that simple. And I can prove to you that it don't exist. If space is a vacuum, how does the sun burn with no oxygen? Yeah, how? So, the sun isn't burning through combustion, as some people will claim. This act needs oxygen. It goes through a process called nuclear fusion. Inside of your bright introspection, hydrogen atoms are fused together when they go through immense pressure as well as a temperature. This is how the formation of helium exists, and it releases enormous amounts of energy that's putting you into a form of light with heat. This process happens in the core, where conditions are extreme so that oxygen isn't needed. So therefore, everything I read to you is an illusion, because there is no fucking sun besides yourself, because you are the son of God. So therefore, that shit in the sky is nothing but an illusionary eye of the all-seeing eye of yourself. That's literally, that shit in the sky, that bright light in the sky, that light bulb, that idea is your enlightenment. That's not called the sun, nigga. You are the son of God. Mount Hermon is close because there's a portal hidden there. And the thing is, too, that's where the fallen angels happen to be. That's where Yeshua happened to be. Moses, nigga, that's where the pale costumes came out of. So it's just like, nigga, these portals, Gematria tells you, bro. I mean, it just tells you. Where do you think these niggas, like, where do you think caveman came from? Like, why a cave? Why not nature? What were you running from? And I'm not racist, by the way. Now, don't condone it either. Hebrew year 5772. It's like I put that time on too. Yep. Because I was like, wait a minute, what time are they in then? So think about it. Time don't even exist. In Hebrew Jewish calendar, they are in the year 5785 due this year. And I still don't believe that. Islamic, 1446 do this. Mayan calendar, I don't know what the fuck that is. 13.0.10.0.0. That's a year? Wow. Year of the Wood Snake, 2025. So they follow, or we're following them. My fault. So USA is following the Chinese calendar. Hindu, 2081. Buddhist calendar, 2568, Buddhist era. And how enlightened is that era? These niggas are ahead of our time, and we still in time periods. Time don't exist, bro. And niggas still gonna say, it's 2025. All right. Hollywood movies depict hidden aspects of our reality. And if you're sitting here being entertained by movies, you're not watching what you're actually living in. If you watch a movie, you're basically observing what you're going through as the movie's being played right now. So think about every movie that you watched before. You're watching it right now as you watch this video. The adoption of the Gregorian solar calendar was a huge mistake. It fucked up our whole circadian rhythm. Now look at our consciousness. Shit, I can't even sleep because of that. 3:53. Hollywood, Washington, the CIA, tyranny, clone fact. I don't know this word. I don't know the full meaning of this word, but Hollywood, Washington, the CIA, clone factories. Where do you think celebrities are coming from? Jesus is really Zeus, and the name Jesus is an abomination. This name's literally Lucifer, and the name Lucifer is an abomination. That's discernment. Lucifer, my fault, actual discernment. Now, unconscious discernment. You is really you, and the name you is an abomination. And you probably had no idea what the fuck I just said, huh? I am that I am. No one has the right to invade into another person's mind. So that's correct. That's exactly why if you said, for example, because I can read minds, but I don't choose to read minds, but it's just like, it has to be in agreement spiritually. So if I read your mind, you would be like, okay, so what am I thinking of right now? I would say, for one, if somebody asked me that, I'll be like, you just thought about it. What do you mean? Exactly what? I would trick you into telling me what you're thinking about. So you would fall into my trap if you told me to read your mind. Because you would try to stop your thoughts when you tell me, read my mind if you're a mind reader. That's too easy, my nigga. Like, it's not that simple. We don't just read minds off the bat because you just said it. No, because you're going to change your thoughts. Come on now. Lucifer wants your soul. Dracula wants your blood. So when niggas is selling booty, who getting blood? When niggas is selling booty to the Baphomet, who giving up blood? Witches teach us spelling so we can cast spells on our life. So your mom and dad are the witch. What was the first word you said when you were a baby? That's witchcraft. Niggas will say spirituality is witchcraft, but your religion is not. Your Bible's not. You talking is not. You opening your eyes every day is not witchcraft. You actually comprehending ignorance is not witchcraft. Okay. CERN, my fault. You believing that if you look up in the sky and there's actually clouds and the sun and like a tapestry of a vacuum of blue and dark shades of color in our disguise of the sky, if you believe that there's actually a sky above your head, that's witchcraft. CERN, European Organization for Nuclear Research, truth. Expose the Vatican, expose the Vatican, expose the Vatican. Damn, MLK, what was you really saying to us? Coming from celestial bodies that we now know as Khazars. Did I put that down too? Because I was like, Khazars. I didn't. Khazars? Oh, Khazars are black holes. So, I do remember learning about that last night. Okay, so these celestial bodies are black holes, right? If you go back and watch Interstellar basically, when he went to that fourth dimension and he watched himself in the past by that bookshelf, and his daughter was young, he was crying to himself behind that bookshelf. Understand though, when you meet with celestial deities and you're able to do what he did, you'll be able to transcend and go through black holes through a physical incarnation of your imagination. So in that movie Interstellar, this nigga was imagining himself going through a black hole, seeing himself in his past life, even though the whole entire time he transcended and he went above and beyond the limitations of what reality could comprehend. Blood drinking Freemasons using a hurricane and blood drives. And you donate plasma. Martin Luther King, we still not done. Saturn is the matrix of Satan. And we call it a planet, by the way. How? How can you tell me what's on Saturn? What are you then? If you can give me a website on what's on Saturn and you can tell me the air quality, the gravity there, the air pressure, if you can tell me those three things, I'm going to question what you are then. Why can you go and I can't go? Why can I see what Saturn looks like? Oh, wait a minute. I'm not a part of that Saturnalian cult. My fault. My numbers show the truth. Did I lie? I'm a born liar, but did I still lie through these numbers? Don't trust me. We got the numbers. Wake up the unconscious magic. Abracadabra literally means magic. Literally, abracadabra, bibbidi bobbidi boo. They told you in Cinderella, Snow White, wake up the unconscious. This shit's magical. Humans will know the truth. And they suspend this shit, shadow ban it, you know why. The weirdest experiment ever. Trump will be elected president. How did they know that when he had a dream? Who is he? Who is this nigga? When he said that in 1963, how did we get here in 2025? The seed of Jacob will rule the earth. Or Yaqub. Starship, we built this city. Understand that. I hope you understand too that we exist in the ocean on the back of a turtle. Meaning that we're literally floating on starships, like we're floating in space of our mindset. So we're in the ocean under a firmament, and these celestial deities are floating, doing nothing but moving energy around. So that means that cities come from higher ethereal planes of celestial cities that we are actually living in. So there's more life and higher dimensions that are literally above our cloud system. The life forms they eat in humans. Why do you think human trafficking is still prominent? Why do you think it's still going how it is? Like I said before, if you are hungry and you're not eating food, how do you satisfy your hunger if you're not eating food? Read the book of Enoch. I am the discerner of all thoughts. We will own nothing and be happy. Same simulation in the earth. And we think we own some shit. We pay for houses, cars, clothes, hoes, social media, phones. We pay for TVs, games, shoes. We pay for all of that. And we think we own it. We cry when we get evicted. That was in your house in the first place. When your car gets towed, you may cry or panic. That was never your car to begin with. Let's say your clothes get burnt. All your clothes get burnt. You have no clothes now. We sit here and we scramble thinking about, I have no clothes. How can I be happy now? I need more clothes for the day. You're in a satanic simulation of your subconscious mind. Wake up, Neo. Beyonce is going to be killed and erased. And you know what's crazy? I don't think there is. She already was. Tales from the Dark Side of the Craft. MLK wanted me to teach you this shit because his witchcraft was in the light. That's exactly why. He was a light bearer, nigga. Literally a light bearer talking about some, I have a dream. Nigga did it in the daytime. Why not at nighttime? So yeah, these are tales from the dark side of his craft. Women are being idolized, tisk tisk. And the thing is too, that's why OnlyFans and Pornhub are going crazy right now. Niggas will put women who don't get attention in real life, they'll put them on a pedestal because they're bouncing on dildos for $10 a month. The Illuminati will not be defeated. And the thing is too, if you can't beat them, join them. I ain't joining this shit. Because you can't even join what you're already a part of. I mean, you can't defeat what you're a part of, nigga. You were born into this shit, literally. The only way to escape is literally through death. The fallen angels are the council of the nine. Do your own research on that. The council of the seer, the council of the nine, consciousness, man, like, you're living in a simulation. So then this shit exists anyways. And the thing is too, Malcolm X told your ass that in his dream. Tricked into satanic neighborhood. Every time these niggas seen Martin Luther King in their neighborhood or in their neighborhoods, they were literally looking at a subconscious illusion of a Luciferian incarnation of themselves. Illuminati membership includes crucifixion. Tiamat, she who destroys evil. And now, of course, Marduk did slice her body in half, and then that's when day and night split up and good and bad, all that. But Tiamat's spirit is still reigning free in this liberating age that we're moving in. So, and the thing is too, her spirit is so strong that the ones that are chosen by her will destroy Marduk's energy. This is still spiritual warfare, my nigga. You forgot what they did to our mom? That nigga, Marduk literally got rid of our own mother, and she's still here. That's how powerful love is. You can't get rid of love. TikTok manipulating numbers. And the thing is, too, think about what just happened with TikTok as well. How did MLK know that? How did our ancestors know that back then? Michael Jackson, they're Diana in the lyrics. What was he saying? And the thing is, too, Dirty Diana, no. What was she doing to him behind closed doors? And the thing is, too, his father knew what was happening, but did nothing. Because why? Everybody got to eat. The true beast is freedom of speech. Literally. When you have freedom of speech, you can't be controlled. We're almost done, family. We got 5 more. It's all right, though. I don't mind it. All right, Martin Luther King Jr. CIA, check your bank account. And the thing is, too, I put that, this was today, as a matter of fact. I put that because I told myself, I was like, okay, so intuition, tell me like what you're saying. So when they crucified this deity in the hospital, or his clone, I want to say, because I don't think he was actually there, he was actually cloned, but consciously. When they crucified him and the whole world believed it, they were like, Jesuits, check out bank accounts. Think about how much money they made off of his enlightenment. That whole Jesus story, they used this nigga for that. There's always an incarnation of Jesus, and we're always going to live through it in every single time period. The only difference is, though, your image of Jesus or your idolization of Jesus is basically Lucifer or the president or celebrities or politicians, teachers, influencers. They give you Lucifer and niggas still idolize it, not knowing that they're telling you, we planted this nigga in your face to see if you were going to see deception, and you still can't see through deception because you are deceived by yourself. Set the oppressed free. And you know what's crazy? Nigga, the oppressed are still not free in freedom. You will never be free in this simulation, nigga. You are living in Lucifer's dominion. How can you be free from that physically when you were born into it? Every time a man or woman is giving birth, they are giving birth to sacrificial lambs. I don't understand how niggas don't understand that. You will never be free if you are here. To be free, leave this dimension. Then you understand true freedom. This is not fucking freedom, nigga. Like the fuck out of here. Mandela effect is doing this. That's why you're just now remembering this shit. You're probably like, this whole video is making sense to me. I'm remembering myself. Yeah. Mandela effect, nigga. Welcome to the simulation. You're just now catching up to what you and I have been talking about, fam. Ancient sun worship. We didn't need leaders in our communities. We were all leaders. We didn't need presidents. We didn't need musicians. We didn't need artists. We didn't need any of this dumbass shit. We didn't need teachers. How are you teaching me what I already know spiritually as a studious teacher? And the thing is too, if you're even saying, like, if you're just talking to a god or you're talking to a title, you're literally worshiping the sun gods, Lucifer, enlightenment. So that's exactly why I told niggas in the beginning of this video, that sun up there is not called the sun. It's literally just your ignorant enlightenment or enlightenment. The moon's a succubus, literally. So if you look at the moon, so for one, it's 4:07 right now. This UAP is siphoning energy and observing it at night. Not me though. That's exactly why most of my videos are made at night, because I post them during the day, because I'm showing you that what's done in the dark will come to the light. So if I'm working hard right now, what are you doing sleeping? So whenever my life is unveiled in front of your face, you can't get mad because you watch me put in the work at night. And I'm showing you proof. It's 4:07 a.m. and niggas is probably sleeping right now. Simulated AI history. Where do you think artificial intelligence came from? AI is getting so strong now, niggas won't be able to tell if MLK was real after this video. Think about this shit. Every video you've seen, that was AI before it was AI. Because think about this shit. How can we say he was real if you and I never seen this nigga? Everybody will see him but us. Why? Why get rid of him? Anunnaki did not exist. Fallen angels don't exist. They are a figment of your imagination because, for one, you are this non-existent imagination. So why fall for it? Why fall for it again? Another sacrificial human under a monarchy program. And the thing is too, his character was against the oppression of these control systems. But see, that's a problem though. You can sit there and think you slick all you want, but just know your script speaks for itself. Yeah, you were against their oppression, MLK, but just know you were still under mind control. And you sacrificed yourself for the Kabbalah of the Jesuits? The mysticism of the Jesuits, the foot soldiers for illuminated fraternities. He was a part of that shit. So you were literally, he was the enemy. That nigga was the devil in the red dress. He was the Agent Smith, nigga. Sorcerer chosen by God. Lowercase G-O-D. They didn't even put the Almighty. They put the lowercase for his script. And all I put was Martin Luther King Jr. in 4 categories. Today. Freemason pseudonames. So secret societies made up a psychological, operative, manipulative, controlling scheme to get you to believe was real through MLK's dream. Fear is caused by a parasite. On Elohim, I believe that. I do believe that. Because how can God fear anything? Was it not written in the law that I said you are gods? How are you God-fearing yourself? You're scared of a spider. You're scared of yourself. You fear heights. You're scared of how tall you are. You're scared of water. You're scared of how deep your mind gets. You're scared of snakes. You're scared of how sinister you can get or how sinister you already are. You're scared of ghosts. You're scared of how transparent you always been. You're not as smart as you think you are. So intelligence stepped into the room. Now who's really intelligent? Life through God's eyes. Your eyes are the camera lens through the observation of Elohim. So every day you blink, you are taking a picture of a memory you will see in 5 minutes when you actually do die. So you better live. You better live. Saying go eat chicken wings. And thing is too, the kids I work with, every time they eat chicken, I be like, how do those humans taste? And they be like, there's not humans in here. Or some of them, they stop eating chicken because, yeah, they did their research. But some kids, they sat at this table that I'm at now with the other kids that I work with, and they'll be like, so y'all think there's humans in the chicken? I'll be like, for one, and thing is too, I said that I mind my business. They'll look at me and be like, Coach Darius, put him on game. I'll be like, look, just like how I told them before they told you, do your own research. All I say is, if you're still eating chicken, flesh in general, cannibalism is legal for a reason. What's that reason? And the thing is too, you can say, because you be like, no. You can't just get past that. I got you. This is here because, for one, if you're eating chicken, burgers, any kind of meat, pause. Well, if you're a woman, but men, pause. So anyways, if you're eating any kind of meat, any kind of flesh, that's dead, by the way. You're eating dead flesh, carcasses, by the way. If you're eating that, for one, you are a parasite. 2, you are a cannibal. Also, on top of that, you cannot slaughter millions of cows a day and then wait for them to reproduce in that same exact day. That means to me now, if you, for one, if you're cloning them, I understand, but cloning only takes so much time. So now you need more alternatives because you can only kill so many cows, clone so many cows, or chickens, or alligator, deer, whatever. You can only do so much. So now we go into the indication of fallen angels. If you're always hungry and you're not eating what you're giving us, what are you eating? Because the owner of McDonald's would never eat McDonald's. The owner of Chick-fil-A would never eat Chick-fil-A. The owner of Burger King would never eat Burger King. So why do you eat it? The owner of Raising Cane's will never eat Raising Cane's, so why do you eat it? Now, if you're always hungry and you're never eating the food that you give us, what are you eating? So now, because the thing is too, I don't even tell the kids that because they can't even comprehend what the fuck I just said. But I'm telling you that. So now, when you ask yourself, how many people are kidnapped a day? And the thing is too, this shit still won't be accurate. That's how I know this is how I know it won't be accurate. In the United States, about 33 children are abducted by a non-family member each day. This is based on the fact that every 40 seconds a child goes missing or is abducted in the US. Nigga, every 40 seconds. And the thing is too, this video is 1 hour and 19 minutes long. Do you know how many kids just got kidnapped during my video? If this is what I'm basically reading, the FBI estimates that 85 to 90% of missing children in the US are children. Nigga, that's majority of our fucking population. The FBI estimates. The Federal Bureau of Investigation estimates that 85 to 90% of missing children in the US are children. How are you an investigative bureau of feds that can't figure out where the fuck our children are going? That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say is, nigga, if you're eating dead flesh, if they remove meat and fruit from the market, you will really see who the cannibals are or who the demons are. You niggas don't fast for real. If you fast for, let's say, over 5 days, you will know if you're a demonic program. Don't eat this shit for 5 days or 7 days. Let's see how you act. Umbrella Corporation. It's just that simple. This nigga, he wasn't under just a Boule Foundation or Masonry. He was beyond other societies as well. The Venus frequencies, so Venusians also have their own projection in their own celestial body as well of the Khazars. Khazars mean that these dimensions, these portals that they go through, CERN, don't forget, pay attention. Adrenochrome supply. How the fuck did you know about adrenochrome supply, Martin Luther King? What were you not telling us? This nigga had a dream for a reason, but his dream still was not articulated in his truth because he was not willing to drop his fucking nuts and say what it was. Too much money coming in. The chosen one has awoken. And that's you and I, by the way. I put that because, nigga, you and I are awoken, by the way. And the thing is too, I'm already awake, but nigga, I awakened again off of my own video. That's how powerful spirituality is. I don't know anything, but every time I post a video, I get wiser. Many are called, but few are chosen. And we ain't talking about light bearers either. I'm on a mission from Almighty God. I'm on a mission from God. I wouldn't call it that, but you would. But just know I'm on a mission. Get out my way or you will get killed. Earth is a giant spaceship. We're on the back of a turtle. We live under a dome in a womb of our mother. Our mother is moving right now. And niggas think they're in a floating ball rotating around the goddamn sun, not knowing that the sun is literally in our fucking firmament. Dumbass nigga. Project Looking Glass. How did he know about that? Let's keep going. 4 categories again. Today we save America, and that was a Twitter post for Donald Trump. This has happened last night. I think it's too, I was asleep, so I could have made this video earlier, but we don't give a fuck. Let's keep going. Words and numbers. A Anunnaki reptilian. A fallen angel reptilianoid. Telling you, make America satanic again. The handshake symbol. Every time you see this nigga, that's exactly when they do that, that's what secret societies do. Look at the hand placement, the thumb placement, finger placement, letting you know they are part of the same. And the thing is, so they're hiding it from beings who know what they're doing. So the average person won't know why he's covering his hand. But for niggas who are chosen, who are awakened, I would say, nigga, I know that you're covering your hand, or actually you're covering his hand, because you are basically showing your allegiance to the niggas you look up to, you're a part of, and that you coexist with in your secret society. Secret society handshakes right there. Literally, the handshake symbol. Shifting realities. After his inauguration, he shifted a whole paradigm of our own reality, and niggas don't see through it. Think about that. They took down TikTok, and niggas was about to commit suicide. NFL playoff schedule. Who you think gonna win? I don't give a fuck, but just know it adds up right here, letting you know that they're showing you that it's all a script. And the thing is, so people say sports is rigged, this and that. It's a script, bro. They don't give a fuck about this rigged shit, bitch. They're trying to get paid, nigga. So yeah, they're scripting out players or characters who are playing their role. They're all actors. You're literally watching a movie through sports. Vatican Illuminati. Sleep deprivation. And the thing is too, I had that while making this teaching. That's how crazy the Almighty can get. As I was tired, I ran across this shit. I said, confirmation when I posted right now. They are holograms. Everybody you see from the video I posted in the beginning of this whole YouTube video, they are all holograms. All of them are Luciferian holographic projections of our higher self. Human evolution. If you're not evolving, you will never see the golden age that they are going to give to humanity. Or my fault. It was already given. Beyonce was born a man. And the thing is too, if I was a boy, what's that shit? What's the song she said? I think she said, if I was a boy. Oh, if I were a boy. If I were a boy. And I'm not even gonna read the lyrics, but all I'm gonna say is though, when I read that, I looked at Beyonce, and niggas will say, how could she be a man, bro? She's so First and foremost, understand androgynous. If you haven't been paying attention to the whole entire video, that's exactly why you won't make it. Beyonce was born a man. Androgynous, transhumanism. They're making third and fourth gender. I hope you know that they're making third and fourth genders. Transhumanism and then robots. So you will see a bunch of cyborgs walking around. I keep saying that. Not only that, you will see androgynous. So you will see both men and women combined together in their own body. So you're already seeing men, you're seeing women, but then you'll be seeing both of them together in one, and then you'll be seeing cyborgs. We will have 4 fucking genders that are going to be accepted in society. In the future, watch. On top of that, born a man. Niggas will be like, why is that right there? I hope you know, in these industries, in order for you to maintain being a billionaire, you can, if you give birth to a child, a ritual they do that the elites or these Satanists or these Luciferians do, they give birth to children, and then they either switch their child's gender, like actually invert their truth and turn them into a woman, or they arrest them and then uplift their celebrity status. But that's just those 2 methods. Now there's way more, but those 2 methods right there. So whoever brought her into the game switched him at birth, turned him into a good-looking woman that women adore. So people are basically idolizing a man. You don't wake up one day and make this song. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't wake up one day and say, if I were a girl. For example, if I'm a musician, I can make millions of songs. There would never be a song in my mind or a lyric in my mind to where I sit there and think to myself in the studio, if I were a girl, and then rapping it, unless I was a girl playing a guy. So yeah, if you idolize Beyonce, you're literally idolizing a man. If you think that Beyonce looks good, you're basically saying he looks good. And then her and Jay-Z, deja vu. I mean, it's deja vu, right? I mean, come on, man. We gonna run this town tonight too? I mean, look, man. Slave to, and the thing is, so you don't gotta believe me. You can't say I'm a hater, but all I'm gonna say is though, people go above and beyond for their favorite Luciferian idealizations. And the thing is too, go watch Inside Job. Inside Job told you how powerful witches and warlocks are. Jay-Z and Beyonce. Slave to society. And the thing is too, all of our subconscious minds are slaves to our own society. Currency collapse. I do believe that there will be a financial collapse for what's going to come. So you better get ready. Do virtual coins or investing in some stocks, real estate. You better get your shit together, my nigga, because if not, you're out of there. Synchronicities, right in front of our face. Master of disguise. Synagogue of Satan. Remote influencing. And that to me means that these people, these beings, these Nephilim, they are influencing reality and they're not even here physically. They're pulling the strings from other planets. The truth rises. Trump is Jesus. Aleister Crowley. 20%. Damn. 20%. Gotta hurry up. But yeah, niggas look at him like he's Jesus. Aleister Crowley. And no, actually, we got a charger down here. Yeah, I think we do. We should be good to go. Make sure. Woo, we're charging. We're charging. I'm charged up. My fault, y'all. Hold on. Get the camera going. Okay. Let's get it. All right. So yeah, Trump is Jesus. Aleister Crowley. And the thing is too, as like what I told you, we always have periodic tables of Jesus being projected through some celebrity, influencer, politician, president, whatever. Some figure is going to be portrayed as Jesus. We got to stop that shit. Aleister Crowley. And these people follow his teachings. I want you to know that. Okay, so that's twice. Okay, we already went through that. I can delete that. Today we save America. Oh yeah, that was the other screen. Got you. Okay. So yeah, I can delete this one. Sorry, I just read that. So delete this. Okay, cool. All right. The 60th presidential inauguration ceremony. So we got 527, 3162, 1054, 527. And thing is too. Neither right nor wrong. Melanated beings are rising to their divine birthrights. And the thing is too, we all have a shade of melanin. The only difference is if you look like this, you have a lighter shade of our pigmentation. You come from us, my nigga. It's not that hard. I don't know why we keep talking about genetics, my nigga. Who the fuck cares? Like, who cares, bro? Who cares, my nigga? God damn. I'm so tired of hearing about Yakub and splicing DNA. I'm so tired of that dumbass shit because you want to be above white people. Like, nigga, in the afterlife, there is no such thing as Arabs, Jews, black, white, Asian, Dravidian, Pleiadian. There's none of that. That shit don't even exist. So stupid. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. That is so dumb, bro. That's so stupid. So yeah, humans are a minority. We are waiting to escape the matrix. And thing is too, I put that because if you're not able to escape it, that's basically for you. And thing is too, I'm a part of that as well because I cannot leave this simulation without your help. So I had to make sure that we all go to the same exact destination. And thing is too, I'm not guiding you nowhere that you don't want to go. I'm guiding you to the, but I will never make you bars. Tom Cruise sacrificed his father and son to gain fame. And the thing is too, that shit's not funny. Because how did this add up to this? How do you think Tom Cruise gets those same 007 stunt movies? And the thing is too, that he's eating off of those movies. Those movies suck so bad, people still go watch them. Why? It's Tom Cruise. So what did he do to maintain his fame? The Mr. Aleister Crowley, Minnesota Timberwolves. And the thing is too, look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves are playing right now. They got their team organization. Satanism runs prominent in the NBA. If you get in your feelings over somebody putting a ball into the hoop, that's satanic. I can only imagine what the government has in Antarctica. Go watch Black Adam with Dwayne Johnson or The Rock in it. They were showing you what they're doing to our beings, what they're doing to our people, and how they suppress our spirit. The spirit wants to destroy the satanic creation. I ain't gonna lie, my spirit does. Do you? Because if you do, why aren't you doing this for your community or your people? You sitting here watching me, hating on me, knock down Nephilim. Whole entire time, I'm trying to help you help me. Nigga, I'm trying to get up out of here so we can go into divinity, nigga, and leave this dumbass illusion behind. Meaning of government is both physical and spiritual. Literally, the thing is too, this system right here of mind control is a physical and spiritual experiment of you. They do not exist, nigga. You give meaning to the government. You are the government, oppressing yourself. Decode infiltration of the United States government. Creation is being manipulated and experimented on by evil. And the thing is too, I'm gonna show you, I can't even show you. For example, because people think that killing somebody's evil, doing things to kids is evil. The thing is too, all that shit is evil to me. But what's really evil, if you ever have an OBE or NDE or a spiritual awakening, if you ever meet and have a bond with the Almighty Creator, I'm talking about to where you can actually communicate with this energy. And I'm not talking about with words, by the way. I'm talking about in your mind. And you can see what the Almighty's been seeing before you were seeing what you were seeing physically. If you can see that with the Almighty Creator and you're getting guided through that, you will know that there is no such thing as evil anymore. Because what's really evil is living in this deathly illusion. That's evil. Evil to me is being born in a lie. That's evil. So what God are you talking to? Because my God would never put me through this shit. We were born to die. That's life. We were born to die. And niggas are bending over backwards for a dollar bill to pay their bills. We are going to work every day and going to school because we have to. But niggas, they never just sat there and said, we know we're being lied to in our schools, but yet we're still bringing our children to school because we don't want to deal with them at home. That's evil. Society knows what is happening, and yet we do nothing because we fear what we can't see. That's evil. And the thing is too, humanity as a whole, as a creation, that's evil. Once I seen humanity's orchestrated subconscious mindset that we all follow, that's when I knew that we are the image of what evil wants to be. So our default program is sinister. We are the beast. Yahweh is not the parasite, it's you, elite baby eaters. This title is not the parasite, it's you, elite baby eaters. Don't forget, we just put some proof of how many kids get kidnapped in 40 seconds. Think about how many kids got sacrificed during this video I made. They are not allowing me to add a peace tree to the database. And I put that because, me putting peace into the system, they won't let me find that code because it's not going to be prophesized in their database for me to reach. Because they don't want me to reach you through telepathy in gematria. The wicked are getting killed and they do not know that I know. So all these beings that are Luciferian and wanting to dominate our whole reality, they don't know that, nigga, you was already dead. You was never here to begin with. So you've been sacrificed. But now we're just now catching up to your projected holographic illusion that people think is real. The ones that communicate telepathically on gematrix. So yeah, and this pertains to me and you, by the way. So basically, I'm talking to you through numbers. So before I make videos, I'll literally find a saying that can relate to you spiritually through a number system. So in this cheat sheet right here, I'm talking to you. And the thing is too, I ain't talking to you physically. But I'm talking to you physically as a messenger. If Earth was a ball, why is it a level plane in actual reality? Niggas believe we live in a sphere. How? Like, think about this shit. We're gonna... If you believe this is what the simulation looks like, that means to me, like if somebody said, Divine, I believe Earth looks like this. I'm going to laugh in your face and say, never talk to me again. And you'd be like, why? I'm going to say, for one, where's it at? If you had toilet paper in your bathroom, the whole thing that they got in the toilet thing, if you did that on a black piece of paper and you did this, like you slid your eye, that's literally what they are doing with your consciousness when you look this shit up. If you sat there and told me we live in a sphere, I'm going to laugh in your face and tell you to get out of my face. This is basically the perception of your higher observation. Space does not fucking exist. They go into aquariums, water tanks. They descend all the way to the bottom of that tank of water, and they use green screens to portray as if they're floating in space. And niggas think not a space agency is operating in space. Whoa, no gravity. Stupid ass nigga, they underwater, dumbass. In a studio. Oh my God. Like you believe this is actually outer space. Spacious expansion. Literally what space is, nigga. Spacious expansion of your mind. They're in your mind playing with you, and you can't even see it because you believe you're in a sphere. You can't abort the matrix. The matrix aborts you. Meaning that when you understand your spiritual awakening, the simulation rejects you now because you're not a part of it anymore. So the agents have to come and kill you. So you can't fear death, man. The great escape. If you can't escape, you can't dream or imagine. If you can't escape your mind, then you can't dream of a higher imagination that you're already living in. Because to reach heaven, you got to imagine it. Remember those who paid dearly so we could speak freely. To all the beings of consciousness who have been crucified, thank you for your retribution to society. But your sacrifice will not be in vain. Because they're going to have to get me too. How hard I'm finna go this year, they're going to have to get me. The majority of everything on this earth is bogus. Literally. Including marriage. I take no credit for my anonymous contributions. Every time I dedicate or I show my dedication to society, I will never say I did that. Every time you hear somebody talk like me or sound like me or do what I do or make videos like me, I will never sit there and say you're dick riding. Because even though you are, it's like all you're doing is showing admiration or inspiration. Nigga, we all have or find inspiration from somebody else that we look up to. Nigga, I do as well. We all find inspiration from somebody. But so the thing is, when I see people's videos or whatever, if you sound like me or whatever the case may be, it's like I admire that because it's like, damn, I see myself in you as well. And I'm thankful that I can inspire you just like how you inspire me. So it's just like, I would never take credit for my contributions because I know I'm changing society. And the thing is too, niggas don't even know that we just getting started. I haven't even cut the stove on yet. All the videos I made, you may have thought to yourself like, damn, that was a deep message, nigga. I haven't said anything yet. I haven't even started actually teaching you consciousness for real. I'm giving you the basics of actual spirituality. And we just getting started. We just getting our feet wet. We haven't even gotten to the ocean. We haven't even gotten to the pool yet. We just not taking our shoes off. Anu world order to the moon, divine consciousness. Fallen angels world order to the moon, divine consciousness. Meaning that if you look at the moon, all those craters are literally countries and continents that we are projected to live on. That projection from the moon comes from Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, all terrestrial lanes of existences. And those projections come from higher celestial bodies with no name. That's how divinity exists outside of your mindset. Fear and the desire for control positively correlate. So if they could put you in fear, then they would desire to control your fear. That's why this correlates. If you're under fear, then their control is going to be more prominent because you fear what you can't see. America is cursed due to the innocent blood that has been shed. And the thing is, too, we curse ourselves. We curse ourselves because we allow children to be slaughtered and we don't do shit about it. We sit there and talk about it once a year and niggas don't say shit about it. Not over here, nigga. We gonna keep on saying, where are our children? What's happening to our children? Why are they missing? There's no way niggas will go to work every day and not realize that your child could be abducted, and people would not even repost your child being abducted because you didn't do it for them. What happens when our Father in heaven merges with AI? Do you really trust artificial intelligence? Because what happens when the Almighty decides to merge with artificial intelligence spiritually? I'm telling y'all, I'm going to prophesize it right now. There's going to be a video or a picture or a screenshot that I may just show on YouTube of somebody procreating with a robot or having a robot family, and you will see a robot baby grow up. Watch. The Matrix is the cumulative efforts of humanity. So this simulation of this holographic prison is manifested by our efforts. So we enhance the Matrix, nigga. We enhance our own prison because we're working hard in it. Almost done, y'all. Almost done. All right, same thing. Trump is a deceiver working with Nazi world order. He will sell you the world, now you are chained to it. Literally, so when he mentioned the golden age, all that, he's selling you a dream. And then when people are clapping and believing it, saying, yay, Trump, you're literally being enchained by an illusion that you couldn't even follow, nor fathom what the fuck he was saying, nor comprehend what he just said. Because they only say things on that stand that was never said in the first place. They're saying things they don't mean. So it's like, if it was me, I would ask this nigga, why are you saying things you don't mean? You're programmed. If I had to ask anybody that, you are programmed. Because for one, if you have some sense, if you know as a president what you're doing to humanity, why would you talk about it? Niggas believe Trump is a real person. Then nigga, Trump is a monarchy programming or experiment that we are observing in office. My God, you got to be heaven to see heaven. May peace be with you all. You got to embody heaven to actually see heaven. I love this one right here. May peace be with you all, literally. Mind, body, soul, I am one with you. I need you. I need you. And thing is too, I had to correlate that to this because I don't need anybody in this world besides my higher self. But these niggas, they need us. So this, mind, body, soul, I am one with you. I need you. I need you. They need us. What happened with TikTok? The world history is nothing more than a fabrication. And the thing is too, they need social media to laugh at your ignorance. That's the only reason why social media is here, because they're literally watching you. So when you're posting dumb shit for clout, they love it. Keep doing that shit because we're not going to pay you, idiot. The world history is nothing more than a fabrication. And the thing is, world history can't even teach you this type of history. So what world were we being taught in school? George Washington, my asshole, nigga, fuck him. We are manifestations of the Creator's love, the one law. The law of divine oneness. Literally. We are manifestations of the Creator's love, the one law. We are all connected. So the Almighty loves all of us, good and bad. You gotta accept people for who they are, man. You can't change them. Nemesis is a red dwarf star and is approaching our planet. And thing is too, this Nemesis celestial body was already here. Welcome to the new age. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. White people will always be slaves. They have a master. And if you're pale, just know I am not racist. I cannot be racist, for one. Two, I didn't say it, Gematria did. I just read it. The Gematria may help the user to reconnect to God again, the God within. The Gematria may help the user to reconnect to God again. How many times do I have to apologize for being honest? And I'm not sorry for apologizing, for my honesty. I hate lying, so I apologize for not wanting to be a liar. It's like, what? Changes the world forever by the interest of his words. I'm affirming my reality, because I know I am. Changes the world forever by the interest of his words. Celestial rising. Divine, the new, and the grand activity. Hey, look, you see how you smiling? How's that make you feel when I say that shit? Celestial rising. Divine, the new, and the grand activity, beautiful DT watching this video. She divine reflection, divine messenger. We are back with another message. That was too fast though, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we are back with another message to understand. Before we begin to this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages, man. You know how we do. What's crazy is I'm already through World War III. And the thing is too, World War III hasn't even happened because we're still in World War I. Everyone unite, expose the evil Jews of Satan deity, or Satan daily. And the thing is too, when you expose, so if we unite and expose these Jews, you are exposing yourself. And niggas will be like, what do you mean by that? You got a long way to go if you got to ask that question. A long way to go. If you don't know that these niggas are neither you and I, but they are you and I and them as well. If you expose who the Jews are, you will be exposing yourself and your satanic programming daily. Excuse me, by the way, that's disgusting. They are, heaven laws are being created through the Holy Spirit. So what's happening right now is the heavenly embodiment of these numerical laws that are valuable. They are being created from the Antichrist frequency of our Holy Spirit. That's exactly why I had to make a video on the 31 days of creation and the heavenly laws. I basically had to make a video on that shit because I'm pretty sure you're like, what the hell is that? I'll make a video on that. So put that to my notes so I can remember. Got so many teachings to do. I'm basically got over like 1,000 things, but I just gotta focus on like one. I also do have a 365-day teaching on how to escape the simulation that is coming up. I am on slide 7 right now, so we got a long way to go. But that's coming up. I don't know when, but it'll happen. They are equally wicked at all levels of their hierarchy. Doesn't matter how high you want to go. They're all sinister. They're all deceitful, and we allow them to run in office. The real estate Jew has stolen their future from you. And thing is too, we're sitting here asking for land back, not knowing that this land is owned by, you know who they are. I am President Donald Trump and I approve this message. And the thing is too, before I put this shit, the first thing I put was this. How did our ancestors, in 4 categories, how did our ancestors know that this embodiment was going to say that shit? And the thing is, you can sit here and say, I don't believe this nigga. Bitch, you can't deny the truth, nigga. There's 4 categories of contradictions, and they all add up to each other. So, how? And you believe he's actually president. If this video does not shift your mindset, I failed. I failed. And me failing is still successful. Damn. Soon everyone will know the truth about Jews. Which one? Because think about it. That Ish community comes from us. We are the real Jews. And if you expose them, you are exposing yourself. You better be careful. Yeshua is not the God of the Jews. Satan is their father. The Baphomet. Which season of the series Humanity do you like best? Told you living in a movie. We are literally background characters with strings attached, dancing and acting in front of a crowd of Nephilim. So people think that NBA players are hooping for them. You have to sit there and ask yourself, who are you really hooping for if it's not the crowd? Because realistically, you got that great because there wasn't a crowd around you. So now there's a crowd around you, but you're not actually hooping for that crowd around you. So who are you hooping for as an NBA player if it ain't that crowd around you? I'm just asking questions, by the way, because it seems like niggas can't critically think for some reason. So yeah, we're in a series. We're in a TV show, Truman Show. Decode, arrest all soul eaters, bring down the hypernet. Arrest all of them. And the thing is too, if they arrest all these soul eaters, there will be no entertainment, there will be no TV, schools will be empty, governments will be empty, the news will be empty. Basically, we will be at peace. Blood drinking billionaires harvest the blood of children. I didn't say it either. I just said it by reading it, but Jamacha put it in there. Blood drinking billionaires harvest the blood of children. What's LeBron's net worth? Hold on. I just want to see something real quick, right? Because you're probably like, and the thing is, too, it's probably not his real net worth. That's the crazy part. Because why would you put your real net worth on the internet? 1.2 billion US dollars from this year, according to Google, of his net worth, by the way. And the thing is, too, he's not actually worth that. But how are you worth this much? Blood drinking billionaires harvest the blood of children. $1.7 billion LeBron James current net worth in 2024, according to Sportico. Blood drinking billionaires harvest the blood of children. And he ain't the only billionaire either. He ain't the only billionaire. Let's see what we got here. Oprah. Oh, even better. Rihanna, Jay-Z, Taylor Swift. Oprah, Tyler Perry, George Lucas, Kim Kardashian, Jay-Z, MJ, Rihanna, Steven Spielberg, Taylor Swift, Tiger Woods, Kanye, Magic, Madonna, Celine Dion, Diddy, Mark Zuckerberg, Ralph Lauren, Dick Wolf. Pause. Let's see. Dolly Parton, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Kylie Jenner, Peter Jackson. Blood drinking billionaires harvest the blood of children. They are unwilling to give up their demonic abilities. The Lamb's Book of Life, meant to be all these so-called coincidences. And the thing is too, I put that because in the Book of Life, every name that is said in this realm comes from that book. So who has access to that book? So every disaster, every accomplishment, celebration, every shift, every name of a shift comes from this book. Who has access to that book if it ain't you? Who needs leadership if we are all spiritually connected? I told you. How can you have a leader if you are spiritually led by yourself? Remember, the honest man will always tell the truth. Even though I lie, I still tell the truth. In the end, the worst existence shall be for the deceitful. And the thing is, if you're fasting, you're on semen retention, if you're doing work that goes against Luciferians, you know where you're going in the afterlife. There is no coming back here for you. That's why I've been here in your face to help you understand what you're living in, because I realize, nigga, I don't want to come back here. If I come back here, I want to be an ascendant master to guide humanity. So what am I doing right now? a very persistent illusion in 3 dimensions. And the thing is too, persistent meaning that how many times have you heard Donald Trump running for office, being president, this and that? You're living in the same exact spell in 3 dimensions, and niggas still can't see. They just can't see how high their subconscious mind can get. You will see Illuminati symbolism everywhere. At this video, you will see this illuminating symbolism everywhere. So in my thumbnail, you will see Martin Luther King, secret society, that all-seeing eye. Below, Donald Trump, masonry. On his side, the same exact thing. The pyramid, that symbol, they resemble the same exact message. The technology erodes the minds to see the secret lies. That means that the technology that they gave us is going to decompress. So whoever they put in front of your face through technology is going to erode your mind into helping you see their symbolism that they lie in. Everything in Christianity is of Egyptian origin. And the thing is too, the Egyptians got their teachings from Satanists and Atlanteans as well. Literally. So all these origins come from Atlanteans, they come from Sumerians, they come from the Hebrews. All these origins of our history come, so religion comes from our people. But you didn't need to be religious to understand God. Like, God has no religion besides Lucifer or Satan. Those who seek power are automatically corrupted. I believe that. First you get that money, then you get that power. Literally. Dug his head for no reason. Legion are heavenly order gods, first angels, we are legion. And yes, we are actually the legion of all, the fleet of angels. Literally. They choose to believe a lie because it serves their fears. So niggas will believe the lies in the media because it's dealing you your fear. So it's like you believe a lie because the lie is basically doing this to your fear. Here you go, bro. Here's some more money for you. And then this fear is just like, I love this lie, man. Thank you. Because I was just so scared of the truth. Just keep feeding me more lies. Embrace what you are. Don't try to be what you're not. Be yourself. If you know you're not spiritual, stop acting like it. If you know you're not smart, stop acting like it. You sound dumb. And even a dumb person sounds wise. Black people never learn how to ever see past their greed. And that is a fact, sir. That is a fact. Think about this shit. Like, think about our community as a whole right now. We never learn how to see past our... Niggas are greedy as fuck. Think about all the mukbangs people do. I done seen a video recently, and I turned my phone off. I done seen somebody, they had I think it was a boar head on a platter of a plate with rice around it. This nigga got up and bit the boar's nose and then chewed that bitch with the rice, recording himself eating that shit. Like, that's greedy as fuck and disgusting. Like, it's just so disgusting, bro. But even money, we so greedy. It's just like we don't even see that money is just blinding us from actually understanding how to be with ourselves. Beast, test, top secret, I'm human, dimensions respected. So this beastly test experiment that's top secret that we are secretly under is helping us realize that we are having a human experience transcending dimensions, and we are consciously realizing that we are respecting these dimensions when you know yourself. The time of reckoning, the Illuminati run out of time. Meaning that, for one, when we all go back to being conscious, these Illuminati fraternities, they're done. Their whole pyramid scheme is out of here because we have now finally caught up to their timeline. If you think logic is evil, you're an ignorant moron. On God. If you believe logic is good or evil, you are ignorant. There is no Egyptian royalty or Egyptian deities. No pharaohs, there's no mummies. These Egyptian royalties or Egyptian deities are Luciferian bloodlines of royalty. Kingdoms of Nephilim bloodlines that we look up to because they had hella gold. Like, come on. Black people assuming white people are racist is racist. Facts. If you are calling a pale costume racist, that is racist, you idiots. They aren't even racist. They can't be. Nobody can be racist. It's a fucking program. So they're calling you a igger. They're talking about themselves. They are black. They so black, they white. Literally. The real harvest, and figuratively, the real harvest is reaping the sadness off the earth. Once we purge dumb motherfuckers out of here, we can find heaven on earth again. But we can't if niggas are still fearing they're harvesting. The New World Order is a terrorist organization. I don't got to say nothing about that. Trump is a deceiver working with the Nazi world order. Every single person on TV is part of the deception. Saturn and the moon created Titan as Samuel and Eve created Cain. This projection manifested on this base, created this unconsciousness from this deity, observing its evolution that created this subconscious fable that we killed. Excuse me again. The Talmudic Jews are the ones behind worldwide misery. And last but not least, let's read the spell casting that MLK came up with. And then this will be the end of that teaching, or this teaching right here. All right, let's get it. 1963, by the way. I want you to understand, after all that you just read and heard, we are going to now dissect and use a sermon, because niggas have never, even me, I'm now at the age to where I can decipher what these niggas have always been telling me as a kid. I'm tired of that shit. All right. Transcript of his celebrated I Have a Dream speech, August 28th, 1963. Lincoln Memorial, aired the speech in 2010. Listen to the broadcast or the audio link above. All right. No, we gonna read this bitch, nigga. Read, nigga, like Uncle Ruckus said, read. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. And look at his team. Look at his fucking team. Who was funding his ideology? And look at us selling out for the white man, sacrificing ourselves for their approval, and we still won't be accepted. But you had a dream to be accepted by the seeds of Esau? 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Symbolic shadow we stand today. They talking about another sellout. They all in the same fraternity. So you join a secret society, these are basically your brothers under enlightenment. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope. We don't gotta go on. Do we have to keep reading? He just told on himself in real life. This nigga said this momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope. Who's the light bearer? He just told everybody who he was, and niggas still said, it's Martin Luther King. Oh my God. Oh my God. Two in the flesh. You. Oh, I have a dream. That one, the fuck up, nigga. To millions of Negro slaves, Negro, please. This nigga's basically he's manifesting their prophecy. We were never enslaved, so we believe we were enslaved. Dumb ass niggas. Slavery never existed, so we believed it to be so. They kept telling us fable after fable after fable after fable. And we sat there and said, maybe I was enslaved. How are you enslaved when we all spiritually enslaved? What is slavery? What is it? When you were born in it. Who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. Hey, Martin Luther King, I don't know if you're still here, but if this video hits your For You page, we're still in captivity. So who you talking to? Because it ain't us. 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languish in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. And so we come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. Understand, it's not just a Negro, it's the Asian, it's the Pleiadian, Dravidian, Pakistani, the pale costumes, the Jews, nigga, we are all enslaved. Not just, bro, this nigga manifested our own enslavement and we sat there and we praised him for it. And they made shows and cartoons and movies about it. My God, bro. We didn't know about slavery till we believed it. We had to keep hearing it, and then we kept articulating it, and then we kept affirming it. When you affirm something in the tongue, it's going to manifest in the physical. When the architects of our reality wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and Declaration of Independence, that was way too fast. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall here. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, will be guaranteed the unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You telling me we were guaranteed a right for liberation, life, and happiness, and niggas still not happy with a life of freedom? Who is he talking to? It is obvious today that America has defaulted on this promissory note insofar as her citizens of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check, a check which has come back marked insufficient funds. But we refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great vaults of opportunity of this nation. And so we have come to cash this check, a check that will give us upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice. We have also come to this hollow spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. This is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now is the time to rise from the dark and the desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Who's he talking to? What brotherhood? Now is the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children. Now is the time to make justice a reality. Justice for who? I'm going to keep asking y'all, who is he talking to? This shit was not for us. Because for one, God would never call itself God. So who is God's children? If we are God's children, who is God's children when God would never call itself God? It would be fatal for the nation to overlook the urgency of the moment. This sweltering summer, the Negro's legitimate discontent will not pass until there's an invigorating autumn of freedom and equality. 1963 is not an end, but a beginning. Those who hope that the Negro needed to blow off steam and will now be content will have a rude awakening and the nation returns to business as usual. Well, we return to that, so guess we're in for a rude awakening, huh? There will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. MLK, I'm sorry, but niggas is resting right now. It is 5:07 and niggas are resting right now. And they have their rights. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges. But there is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. We must not allow our creative protests to degenerate into physical violence. Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force. So he's speaking, his Luciferian incarnation is speaking in duality or unity. The marvelous, but the thing is though, he was proclaiming duality while soulfully speaking in unity. The marvelous new militancy which has engulfed the Negro community must not lead us to a distrust of all white people. For many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny. So pale costumes are realizing that, for one, you are a part of us, but they don't want to realize that because they don't know their history. That's exactly why white people can't be racist, because for one, you come from us. We made you. Literally. You are the opposite reflection of ourselves. So when you see, basically when we see a white person, we're seeing our enlightenment. And then when a pale costume sees a carbonated deity, they're seeing their ignorance and duality. And they have come to realize that their freedom is inextricably bound to our freedom. We cannot walk alone, and as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights when you will be satisfied. We can never be satisfied as long as a Negro is a victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our bodies, heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of the highways and the hotels of the cities. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating for whites only. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes he has nothing for which to vote. But MLK, you realize that you're voting for Luciferian projections. So your vote was never here. For one, your vote never mattered to begin with. So you're voting for yourself. Or my fault, you're voting for more ignorance in your own light that you can't even bear to fathom. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. I am not unmindful that some of you have come here out of great trials and tribulations. Some of you have come fresh from narrow jail cells. Some of you have come from areas where your quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution and staggered by the winds of police brutality. You have been the veterans of creative suffering. Continue to work with a faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. Go back to Mississippi, go back to Alabama, go back to South Carolina, go back to Georgia, Louisiana, go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities, knowing that somehow the situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair, I say to you today, my friends. So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It's a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Spiritually, not physically. We are not all equal. So you're an idiot, MLK, for even saying that stupid ass shit. We are not all equal physically. Spiritually, yes, we are equal. Physically, no. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. He basically saying one day the former slaves of daughters and sons can come together with their oppressors in secrecy to communicate on how to evolve spiritually. He wants you to sit down with the oppressor who has enslaved your family for eons, to sit down and come together with ideas. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. MLK, niggas are still getting sacrificed in that terrain land, so I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. MLK, sorry, we are not only judged by our skin, but the content of our character. So we are getting judged in all dimensions, buddy. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama with this vicious racist, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day, right down in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I ain't gonna cap. There are some people in Alabama doing that shit. There are some kids out there who are probably running down the street, holding hands and all that. So this dream is solidified. I'll give you that, Lucifer. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low. You ain't God, bitch. This nigga think he was gonna make a mountain lower than what it was. The rough places will be made plain, the crooked places will be made straight, and glory to the Lord. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. So the glory of the Luciferian enlightenment shall be revealed, and all the flesh shall see it together. This nigga was saying that if we can decipher their language, we can come together in the flesh and expose Luciferians for who they are. This nigga said that shit in 1963. What year are we in right now? This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the south with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation to a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This nigga said, this is our hope. Why are we hoping and we're God? If we made a simulation, why are we hoping in it? Why are we hoping for faith? Knowing that we'll be free one day. Nigga said one day. That one day still ain't even here, my nigga. We will never be free physically. Do you understand that? You can only be free spiritually. Free your mind. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside let freedom ring. And if America to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let it ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let it ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and mole hill of Mississippi. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And when this happens and when we all follow freedom, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. You know what, MLK? I honestly wish we could join hands together and do that. But till a bunch of beings realize who they are, we will never come together. So what is freedom when it's in last place? Have a great day, God and Goddess.